let's predict some of all these bans for this draft.
All right, let's go straight into the draft. You guys have been waiting so patiently for it. Thank you to everybody watching up on the stream, YouTube Gaming.
Well, of course, M1 is also brought to you by MENONTON, as well as our legendary sponsors, Mlbb. Well, we haven't really got ourselves in towards thinking about what they should be banning out, but they've already got it pretty much swiftly.
Yep.
And
Harith,
it's the same sort of bans.
Straight up, they're like, Harith, one more time. They lock it in without a single worry in the world. Looks like Evos Legends gave over blue side to RRQ during that coin flip. But I don't know. I think they're going to play around the same thing. They're getting rid of the Valier. They're getting rid of the Kufra. Same bans coming in from RRQ. I think, you know, they have their priority picks, which they play a little too well and are a little too safe, like a marksman such as the Claude. So it's understandable. But this time, Xborg is going to be secured by Evos Legends.
I just love it. Well, I really can't wait to see what they could possibly do with this. We know Xborg could easily go in for those sort of dives. And, well, by the time it hits late game, you get that immortality up. You can easily just pop that Firaga armor with Blast Insanity. And one more time, we're looking at that high loss pick falling in the hands of RRQ. And now being paired along with the Kaja. What do you feel about the Kaja with this matchup?
I think it's a strong pick. I think overall Indonesia, they have a great way of playing Kaja. It's super oppressive once you get ahead. Secures tower dives like nobody's business. And now Evos is kind of thinking like, do I want to lock in the Boxia this time to kind of deal with the high loss? But it could be a little tough. If they need an engagement option, you know, Boxia is not too bad, but they're going to secure the synergy with Kimmy, the Grok Kimmy combination coming into this game.
Yeah, I was also thinking about where the Boxia does fit in. Well, it's just going to be two Titans of the Tank if they do pick it up to actually to be that sort of mid shield in that sort of sense, but instead Kimmy will be that main DPS. Lilia being banned away. I was talking about priority on towards this mage, and now we won't be seeing her all too often from now onwards. Well, draft number 2, I mean, the second phase right here, they're just going to be moving things up a notch. So if they were to actually pick up a mage, what would it be for Evos Legends?
I think they should just ban out a marksman here and then lock in the marksman for themselves, because there's not a lot of options, and I think putting in the Hellcurt, or maybe even consider banning out the Hellcurt this time around for RRQ, because both of which are extremely powerful picks. I think it's going to be a tough decision regardless, but you got to deal with it's kind of like pick your poison. Like, what do you want to deal with? A super annoying, getting rid of the split push. Oh wow, look at that confidence, 4-0 for RRQ. All right, we're just going to have to wait and see. So instead, they're going to leave everything up on the table, and they're going to get rid of the Masha.
Well, I'm about to buy diamonds for him if it really is for and no. To me, it's not so straightforward. But yeah, back to what you were saying. Well, Kimmy, right here. I think that late game Kimmy is going to be another issue as well. Like, once you already got themselves that sort of lead, it's great for sieging in first, but much later on, it's going to be tough. Akaido.
Yes, I love it. I love it, because again, if Hylos wants to like kind of run away or put down the Revitalize, it's like, oh, you want to sit in that zone? How about no? How about get out of here? Let me push you away with my disruption.
Yeah, you can actually lock down that Hylos and that sort of sense. But then again, there's still Kaja. You can also pull away the Akai, but of course, Akai could still go invulnerable in that sort of sense. Well, a lot of Evos fans all being gathered at one corner. I love how his face is just straight.
He's like, confidence, Indonesia, Evos, we got this. We got this. But now, coming into the last 6 seconds of the game, they need to lock in their 2 picks here. They need some form of a marksman. It's going to be the Granger one more time. But instead, Lemon, once again, playing on a choke. He did a pretty solid performance towards the later stages of the game, but he got hella punished in the early to mid-game phase.
Well, I'm looking at RRQ here. Yep, that early to late phase was definitely was tough. And we're looking at this Harith as well as Granger. Tsuturo again picking this one up. He was the MVP for great reasons, and now having to deal with Harith. So it's going to tear Evos Legends apart on which one should they prioritize on taking down first.
Yeah, and now Coming in, last 8 seconds for Evos Legends. They're going to be locking in the Chang'e, putting Kimi into the marksman position. Because again, remember, nobody can really deal with her. They're going to create space, use the wall, siege them again. I think we know for a fact this is an early game composition coming in for Evos. Chang'e scales decently well, but if the same conditions happen like the previous game where it drags out to about the 15-minute mark, it slowly goes into the favor of RRQ. They have much better scaling in their composition.
Yeah, and I would say that's definitely going to be that sort of advantage that they do have. But I'm looking at Evos here. Will go double or nothing on those early approaches, especially when you have Meteor Shower as well as the Kimi constantly being pushing in that sort of wave. So if they were to actually commit, you still have to actually match the way of that trade, because that's going to be a lot of all that DPS who could possibly melt out some of all this tickets of tanks, no matter what item that they do have in the early phase.
I agree, and I think at this point in time, we know for a fact mid lane is probably, well, I wouldn't say not for a fact, because again, you have Kimi Grok, strong combination. The question is, how are they going to kind of play this out? Because they could put her in the side lane if they wanted to, but then again, don't you want your mage to kind of be in that position too? So I think based on where they assign their lanes in this upcoming matchup is determining where they're going to invade the map, because they have such strong early game. Their level 1 is hella good.
Oh yes, indeed. I would say that level 1 invade is going to set the tempo up, and who knows, they may be able to starve out their opponents in that sort of sense if they could manage a camp steal or two.
Yeah, and I think the timing is so important. Like most people don't understand that the first 3 minutes of the game is extremely important. You miss out 2 waves, you're basically missing out a kill's worth of gold. And that's a lot to actually go around, especially since your objective is to get to level 4 as soon as possible to maybe look for a good fight. But I don't know. We've seen a lot of teams mess it up. Torak, previous game, 10 seconds gaming, they've done it successfully one time, and when they tried it again in the second, it messed up as well. So it's a fine line to cross.
Yeah, and it's really that sort of a 50-50 in that sort of sense. Do you want to take it or leave it? Like, if it's really out in the open, it's so straightforward without being that sort of a defense coming for your opposing side to actually secure that and possibly pull it back to their hands, then okay, you gotta just respect them if they were already having that early sort of lead. But there are times that if you do have that opportunity to actually go in for that invade secure, then well, easily you could just get that early head start for your own team in that sort of sense. But yes, first 3 minutes is where we will see a little bit of that sort of a fight and contention. We always know Evos as well RRQ. Yeah. They're not the kind of the team that says, hey, I'm gonna play passive until somebody comes and force me. And yep, a little bit of that did happen, but now we hear the roaring fans. It's time for us to slowly head into our second game.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see how this plays out, because again, RRQ, the momentum, once you win that first game, you've got that taste of blood, you've got that taste of revenge. They want to move on forward, making this a clean 2-0, just so that they will have, you know, crushed the spirits of Evos Legends, put them in a tight pinch.
Yeah, and well, speaking of pitches, I could just pitch myself and could not believe my eyes on how amazing this crowd is so far. Now, we want to hear you guys scream if you can, whether it's from your home, if you're in the washroom, I don't care. Scream it out for your team. Hashtag RQ win or hashtag Evos win. Now, you all recognize your heroes on board, and we'll be heading in towards our very second game of this series. So I'm really expecting that Evos here, they're really looking to make sure that they go on the tie at the very least. And well, to do that, it will take a lot of effort to break down our RQ.
And you've waited long enough, we're gonna provide it for you. It's gonna be Game 2 RRQ versus Evos Legends. Let the games begin. Oh, looks like they're moving as a 5-man unit towards the bottom side of the map. Evos Legends going for an aggressive invade, but this is going to give RRQ enough information, as I'm pretty sure Liam has just spotted out at least 3 members down on bot side.
Well, of course, Sin he's already getting chunked out, and
oh wait, whoa!
What? That's a little too much. There it goes. First blood here secured, and Evos Legends take the lead.
They walk up a little bit too far. Liam and Luminaire down on the bot side. But again, buffs have been taken away. Rekt is now turning around just to poke his nose into enemy territory. But Aura, he has to hold his ground a lot better. The buff has been stolen, but not without getting chunked out just a little bit, because Xborg is such an annoying hero.
Yeah, and he did respect that Xborg as well. We saw that Flicker being pulled out from Lemon. Of course, getting a little bit more distance in. Rexia is going to be able to secure that river grab. Well, Liam, of course, we talk about Hylos not reaching level 4. It's going to be really difficult for them. And Reg is just applying more and more of this pressure. Might just be able to secure a great kill if he lands his level 4.
Yeah, and now, you know, Akai, he's taking a little bit too much damage. I think Rekt is going to be able to put some hurt into that turret. Oh, he took Mage Slayer. That means they're looking to take these early objectives. Liam coming in with the arrival. Law and Order locks down Rekt. But I think they know exactly what they want to do. They want to break this bottom tier 1. Harith, as well as Kaja, is moving down to the bottom side of the map. Luminaire is just kind of sitting there, waiting for an opportunity, or better yet, giving information to Evos Legends. A good clear by RRQ. The lane resets.
We can see great balance of the minion waves coming from RRQ, like you said. And now Harris is going to be spotting out Luminaire. Just going to be dashing off and away. Well, here comes the Grok as well. One arrival being utilized by Liam way early on in this whole lot of Flicker on top of RRQ. Only one redemption, though. Well, Sid is not going to give this one away. And there goes Evos Legends starting off the very first turtle of the game.
And now they're going to rotate really quick. Oh no, the turtle's been stolen away by the Kaja, but she's going to die in response. Lemon is kind of in trouble. Glorious Pathway has been popped to kind of disengage from the team, but you know, not really utilized too well. Luckily, Lemon was able to shitpo over the wall. A little unfortunate that they lost it, but Evos Legends is still in the lead, and they want to do a good response. They're going to steal away the buff and take away jungle from the bottom side of the map.
We're looking at Evos here, getting one more picked off. 2-0, having slight lead. So we see Liam still hugging real tight. Well, there's a little bit more of that sort of a tempo towards the top side. Tajuru in danger! Oh, Aura!
Yeah, that's just a little unfortunate there. Evos Legend, for RRQ, Evos Legend, oh wait, no, Aura's in trouble. He's stuck by the Divine Judgment. He has to pull on back. The Fire Soldier is going to pull it back in. The Flames, the Rage, he's got it. He needs to pick up his passive to get a little bit of health. Wow, Donkey, he wants to secure this kill. Finn goes down.
Double kill for Donkey, and now Liam, the next one to fall, as we see Rack as well as one get this one underway. Evos Legends here are making a huge statement here, 6-1.
Yeah, 6-1 already, 3 minutes into the game. Pushing into the 4th minute. They should be able to get top tier 1. Nope, not yet. Looks like Harith is there to turn it all around. Donkey is being kicked away, but the Watch Shot should allow him to get out of there. Oh, that's insanity. Ain't gonna be enough to get you out of this time, Xborg. Even one can't save you with the Meteor Shower.
Yeah, what one was doing right there was great, but they lost out on Aura. Well, you have to really take one for the team in that sort of sense, but look at our RQ here. Losing a lot of all these gold lead over onto its Evo as well. Donkeys is going to be balancing things out. It's going to be doing quite a number of damage towards Lemon.
Resurrecting soon.
Lemon, I'm just waiting to see how he's going to build out this Cho.
Yeah, I think so far the Cho is doing an overall okay job, but like these smaller mistakes have really started to affect their playstyle overall. They're losing a lot of pressure here and there. Evos Legends is getting ahead, and again, remember, they're an early game composition with some great mid-game playing capability. They're going to try and take advantage of that, and if RRQ keep making these mistakes like this one, he's definitely dead here. Goodbye, Finn, you're going down, and now Liam is into the backline. The Destinata, they're trying to turn this around, but Juan, he's already using the Meteor Shower. Liam is taking a little too much damage. Donkey actually survives at the very end of the day. It's going to be a 1-for-0 trade. Make it 2-0 for the side of Evos Legends.
Aura, he came in to turn it around, and somehow some of all these members survive, especially for Donkey right here. Now, look at Sid. He might just go in for the steal while there is a split push coming in from the top side here from RRQ. Aura versus Sid, and he's going for the flank!
No, he doesn't steal it away! Oh boy! Yes, they pick him off, and Sid is going to peel away. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the steal, but he got really, really close there. Whew! I'm sweating for Evos Legends now.
Oh, this is definitely going to be real tough. RRQ giving them a surprise. Might just even get a heart attack from that because they did not see the rest of the members, and they don't have any clue where the Harif was camping out. Sliding from the back as well. Here comes Liam.
Oh,
Step on the
boy.
wall. Beautiful Hurricane dance as well. The wobble combo with Meteor Shower hitting him through.
That was just a firing range. That was literally a firing range. Just ready, steady, shoot. Oh my goodness. That's a brutal way to get executed under your turret. Well played to Evos Legends. They're going to continue their onslaught for now, but we've seen this position in the previous game for RRQ. They held on to their guns and they were able to rotate a little bit faster. So this might be the exact same case. We just have to wait until 20 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I guess like we're definitely going to be heading towards the late game if we're going at this sort of tempo. But Evos Legends is definitely doing a lot of great work actually catching out RRQ. But in terms of macro play, they haven't really all too much made themselves pretty much clear to take down the rest of the tier 2s. But they did open up the top side though. Here comes Aura. Here, trying to clear the wave. Couldn't really do much, and he will fall to the likes of Sin.
Yep, it's going to be a 3-man dive down on the bot side. And Antuthuru just to kind of secure this, but they're going to trade tier 2s for tier 2s. Liam, same position. He's going to get Dome under turret. Vin is trying to turn this around. Luminaire is traded. It's a 1-for-1, but I think they should be able to pick up Vin here now that Juan is able to get in the fight. Oh, the meteor shower is going to be... Oh, he is able to get out with the lightning bombs. Vin survives.
Wow, pretty clean as a whistle, and you gotta say that Rex Q looks a little bit more messy when they did commit towards the bomb side. Well, it was just trying to actually mirror that sort of movement over to the top, and well, they're getting a lot more advantages to that because Evos find themselves that turtle finally being safe in their hands and still getting stolen away by RRQ.
Yes, I definitely agree there, but now Evos Legends, I think they need to kind of keep control over the enemy jungle of RRQ and kind of starve them out every single time. RRQ, it's kind of on them to make the mistake because Evos Legends, they're playing extremely safe. They're not forcing out anything too hard unless they know they can profit off the situation. So now RRQ, where is the play going to be? Vin, where is that Divine Judgment play that we're all waiting for?
Well, we've definitely been waiting for quite some long time, but well, we do expect a whole lot more coming from them, but here comes Donkey, already spotting out Sin, and he has to actually force his way through. Maximum charge on towards Liam. Liam is already used up that halfway, and now Akai secures that kill onto Hylas.
Oh, they go right over the wall as Juan is going to be A-okay. The Death Sonata doesn't actually kill Donkey. He's still alive. Sin might turn this around. Rekt is really, really low, but the backline is already dead, and now Sin is running for the bridges.
Oh, Luminade. I'm not too sure if he does have the Hurricane Dance back up, but that's going to be a great sort of go down. But will be stopped here by Donkey, already getting a meta kill.
4 for nothing in favor of Evos Legends. This is their reply to RRQ's game 1. That was a fluke. We're not going to make the same mistakes.
Well, no mistakes so far for Grok and Chang'e, to say the very least. Look at him go. They're already building out all these already tankiness items. Sinisteel already being finished off. Of course, a lot of all these wands already in the hands of that Chang'e. Well, Juan is definitely going to be looking forward to securing this title of Champions of M1.
Yeah, and now we're just going to have to see how RRQ kind of responds to this because we haven't seen them in this position. It's been a while. We saw that in the previous upper bracket, and Evos Legends, they don't let go of leads very easily, so RRQ really have to clutch it out in this next upcoming Lord fight.
Well, I'm not too sure how could Rex and Keon actually move forward without getting caught here. Well, look at Vin. Haven't really been all too effective 1-for-1. Every single time he moves forward, he gets caught out. So Evos Legends, they know how to respond to this Kaja pick, and they prepared so well for it. Well, Liam now on the back foot, getting pinned down once again. But now Rex's pathway will be opened up, but that is too much coming from Juan.
Lemon goes down as well, and another one. Vin's in trouble. The lightning bombs ain't gonna save him. He quickly flickers on out of there to create enough distance. The 1,000-pounder doesn't actually land. Luminaire got really close to getting one more pick for his team, but even with the 2, it's gonna be enough for Evos Legends to secure that Lord without any competition.
Well, speaking of competition, yep, there won't be any at all as Rex to occupy over in a mid. And now, Evos Legends here. looking to occupy and invade the inhibitor.
This is really, really scary because now Evos is at 35k while RRQ is at 27k. That means Evos Legends is a full item ahead of RRQ. That's a power spike. Their timings are really on point. They could have waited a little bit longer for the 11 minutes, but once again, they get another catch here. Unstoppable.
Woo!
Lemon and Sin go down, and once more, they cannot find any breathing room.
This could just be one of the best challengers we've ever seen throughout the entirety of the tournament. Moon came to a close second if we really want to bring him up, but now it's our highlight reels coming in for Evos Legends. If they can just shut down the rest of RQ to call it a tie. There goes Infinite Tower and Luminaire trying to actually go in for that sort of push. And Liam here will be actually changing things up as Couture gets one kill. Monster kill for Donkey. Finn forcing it out, and Evos here opening up the mid lane as well. Let's get to the top lane. This base will be bold.
They need to wait for top and bottom to kind of push in. They've all respawned here. So 4, and now Juan is in trouble. He has to bail out of there. Lemon won't let him go that way. The dragon ensures the kill. Sin is still alive. Rex needs to peel away. Finn is in trouble. He uses the lightning bombs to get on out of there. And now it's going to be a 1-for-2 trade, but they just lost all their inhibitor turrets. RRQ are in a lot of trouble. Oh, Rex, he's going to be going down. Yes, he does it. I thought Min was not going to be able to pull him into range for Tuturu, but that Divine Judgment made it matter.
Unbelievable. We were talking about those sort of catches with Divine Judgment. Finally, we've been delivering what we've been asking for. But RRQ, of course, got a little bit of that room to catch on towards one. Overextension coming in, and that was the very first step, forcing them to actually retreat. And to be honest, we look at Evos Legends, they've already got all that they wanted except for the base, and they should have left way sooner.
Yeah, that's true, and I think in these final fights, they need to get one more pick. Donkey is in a lot of trouble. Death Sonata might be coming out here. Looks like he's going to be A-okay. They're not going to commit too much to this. Oh, no. The Rhapsody one more time. The Blender is pushing back. Liam gets hit by the Hurricane Dance back into Evos' second turret.
Then Donkey will never even move all too much muscle, having the Akai doing the duty. So Luminaire was in charge, but Lemon here. Whoa, Luminaire with the setup.
They just set themselves up for defeat. RRQ got caught out, and now Evos Legends will punish. Donkey probably going down, but he still has enough to survive. They're pulling back up. Aura is alive, and now they have a minion wave. They're just biding their time. Tuturu needs to make the best out of this situation as Juan will shut him down. He survives. He pops the shield, and now they're going to end the game with one more kill into Juan. Oh, they don't get him just yet, but that still doesn't change much.
The champions of FPL Indonesia will draw this one to 1-all.
Great game. This is now a series. This is now a true grand final series.
Wow, we look at the fans, they even got the brand new merch for Evos Legends. Well, talking about dedication and support, Evos Legends here definitely needed all that they can get. And now, this was definitely a crushing defeat on the side of RRQ.
Yeah, it really was. The game was controlled, collected. They gave them a little bit of the bait to feel like they had hope, but in the end, Evos Legends just dissected them slowly into the very end of the game. I think RRQ, they had a couple of good points and good turning points that they might have been able to capitalize on a little bit more, but at the end of the day, Evos Legends was just right on top of them every single step of the way.
Can I just credit Luminaire in this sort of game because there's so many beautiful Hurricane dances.
It's ridiculous.
This is that sort of surprise that they needed, and of course they brought in what you called out for, the X work as well. I think that early game, they were the ones who were in charge, the ones to actually control that first 3-minute mark in that sort of sense. Okay, so Kaja. We thought that that's the sort of pick for you to actually catch people on, and Vin was completely silenced off.
Yeah, he just struggled to look for these opportunities to catch them off. Like Xborg, for an example, even if you divine judge him, the moment his armor breaks, he gets right on out of there, rolls away because he's invulnerable, and somehow it's not worth your time. Same thing, Akai, he pops that ultimate, that Hurricane Dance, and he's just pulling away this dude who's just knocking away your team. So it's really frustrating to deal with. But here are the end game stats here. Overall, great victory coming in from Evos Legends to kind of boost their confidence. Juan, great job on Chang'e.
Well, I gotta say that Chang'e definitely dished out way too much that we did expect coming in towards this draft. 68k in total, but look at the goal. It was absolutely stunning to see Evos Legends here extend that lead to 10k gold. And like you mentioned, they managed to purchase all these solid items to actually take on RRQ, which eventually got starved out in that sort of sense, and won here as the MVP, only falling once in this entirety of this fight.
Exactly. I felt like Evos Legends should have been snowballing a lot harder than what we were witnessing here. A 13 minutes game, I thought by 9 minutes they'll already be like, 7 turrets ahead. They're just crushing their way through into RRQ. But I think RRQ, what's really commendable is that they understood what exactly Evos Legends was trying to do. They saw the Mage Slayer on the side of Evos Legends, especially when you put it on someone like Kimmy. It's a big signal they want to play for objectives here. And here he is, Juan, the man himself, who was able to kind of crush just the spirit of RRQ, but that's not going to put them down just yet.
Yeah, and that the MVP of the match has got to be him. 919. Well, you got to maybe just call in the cops to actually arrest this one. Well, of course, I'm being a little bit more cringy right here, my friend. Well, let's look into how they actually fared, because this Chang'e build was definitely great for them to actually move across without getting caught out in that sort of sense, where they actually have so much of that coverage coming from the Akai at the same time. And look at one, KDA of 7.6. This is definitely one of the highest as compared to some of all these other players that's been filled out on M1 World Championship. So this is why that he always plays really cleanly. He doesn't really go all too aggressive. Sometimes you see some Chang'ers, they play at the front line. That's not how you really want to get yourself that sort of advantage. And Mirror Shower every single time in towards those team fights to actually make good use of the outlet.
Yeah, I think overall, the Chang'e has been one of those devastating picks for a lot of these teams, and especially against RRQ in particular.